Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jada Blossom, and I'm making a fun MDF Christmas background. Hey, so I'm using Jada Blossom's MDF arches, along with their Build a Christmas Tree die, the MDF Standing Base die, their border dies too, and the Stitched Arch dies, along with shape sprinkles and puffy icon stickers, and Tinsel Time 12-inch and 6-inch paper line. There's a 6-inch. And the gingham linen and polka dot plaid as well from Doodlebug. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to cover up these little MDF bases with the MDF, what's it called? MDF stitch base dies. And I cut those out using Tinsel Time paper in 6-inch, and I'm just gluing it down with some Barely Art glue. You see that I use the 6-inch pad so it has the smaller pattern. And I'm going to weight that down with an acrylic block. Next, I'm going to add on my next layer. This is that largest stitched arch die from Jada Blossom. And that paper is Tinsel Time in the 12-inch from Doodlebug. Remember, you can use whatever paper you have, right? If you stick to one paper line, a lot of times they can mix and match. They kind of take the thinking about it away from you and everything will go. It's kind of fun. Okay, now this is the next layer. You see that it's just the other side of the same paper. Using Barely Art glue again. Now all my die cutting today was done with my Anna Griffin Empress machine as per usual, right? And Barely Art glue, reverse tweezers, working on a Stampin' Up! Pad. All my die cutting with Anna Griffin Empress machine. So that's all the normal things. Okay, so now I'm going to add on. Now this is a piece of paper trig white cardstock, and I cut it first out of that stitched arch die, and then I use the border dies too to cut the hill. So it all lines up, and I do weight it all down. Okay, so next I'm going to put together the little tree. That is American Crafts brown cardstock first. I used just some cheapo white cardstock for the background piece. It doesn't show, so it doesn't matter. So this is the plaid polka dot from Doodlebug. And this is the gingham linen, but I used the linen side from Doodlebug. This is a fun little die cut. You know, you can make a Christmas tree. This would be fun for kids to decorate. You could cut just the main base out of green and then let them go to it with like stickles or buttons, just decorate it all up. That would be super cute. Okay, so you'll see that I'm just alternating the patterns, going all the way up. There we go. So isn't that fun? So gingham linen and polka dot plaid. Okay, so next I'm going to glue this whole piece down onto my stitched arch die, the MDF base, the MDF arches, I guess they're called. So I'm going to line that up. Now this is going to be like a generic Christmas background for my little tiered trays. But remember, you can use that however you like. Just weighting those down. And now that everything's nice and flat and dry, I'm pulling out shape sprinkles. This one is called Holiday Magic. And I'm also using the puffy icon stickers from Hometown USA. I just want to use that silver star for the top. Isn't that fun? It's got a fun chrome look there. So it's got a little star. Now there's a stitched star that you could use, and just cut it out of paper, but I kind of wanted to go dimensional. Now I'm pulling out the Tinsel Time puffy icon stickers as well, and I'm going to use these little ornaments. Like how easy is that? And I'm going to decorate my little tree kind of here and there with these ornaments. And then I'll be filling in with those shape sprinkles in Holiday Magic, just the little dots. And remember that those little enamel dots are on a lot of their shape sprinkles from Doodlebug. You can pull them from all different sets. It's the same little round little filler dots that you can use. Trying to decide what I'm doing here. Isn't it funny? You just have to figure out where things go, right? This is basically what I do when I'm card making too. I kind of move things around until I like the look. I'm really struggling with trying to figure out where these little items are going to end up. There we are. So I've got some cute little ornaments on there. And now I'm using these little tiny dots, and I'm just going to use them as filler, like little Christmas lights or Christmas ornaments on this tree. And it just makes a really quick and fun looking tree for your MDF arch. And I just think it looks super cute. And you can put some of those little MDF critters in front of this and have like a backdrop, right? You can have your little gnomes, your Christmas gnomes. That would be fun. Your little reindeer. You know, whatever you like to put on there, you can. So I'm just filling in with all of these dots. Remember, they match my background paper, all the same colors, which makes things easy, right? That's the nice thing about sticking in, you know, a company or a paper line. You know, you can, most of the colors go together. So you're usually pretty well off with that. So now I am just adding in all of these little dots. I just think it's super fun. And I'm trying to use up all of these shape sprinkles that I've hoarded over the years. And when I say I have hoarded way too many of these guys. I've got to keep using them now. I'm just pulling off these little guys, and there we go. It is super fun and easy. And then there is my base. Got to get it in that little footy. Ooh. Whenever I'm doing it on the video, I can't get it in. It's ridiculous. But trust me, it fits. See, this is just me struggling. I decided to show you. Okay, and there it is. It's put in, and there's a little dog showing you how cute that is together. So now I'm using some stickles. These are diamond stickles, and I thought I'd add a little bit of sparkle to my snow just for fun. And I think it adds a little bit of, like I said, sparkle to this little, you know, textured piece for your background, right? It looks lots of fun. So, and like I said, super easy to do. And I don't know about you, but if you have these stickles, I've had them forever and they're still working, right? I have a box of them. I haven't used them in forever. Pull them out. Bob's your uncle. They're working. So I'm telling you, these things survive forever, which is a plus in card making, right? So there. So I'm just adding in, you know, a little bit of sparkle, like I said. And I think it adds so much to this adorable little backdrop piece. There we go. I think your kids would have fun doing this as well, cutting out all the pieces and just assembling. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jada Blossom blog, Be Inspired by the Team, the Jada Blossom store to get your hands on these amazing products. And thanks as always for watching my videos. Really appreciate it. Make sure to come back and watch another one soon. Bye, everybody.